Hi, Helen's asked me to do a recommendation if I can, and of course I jumped at the opportunity because I've had past life regression, I think 3 or 4 times with Helen, and it's all been incredibly interesting, a bit of an eye-opener. My name is Salli Platt. I am a law graduate and currently doing my legal masters, which is a second career for me. I'm working in social care and the regulatory part of it, doing policies and procedures, and my background before that in my previous career was web design and web interfaces, mobile phone interfaces and programming. So I've got a creative and sort of logical head. But using my logical head, I thought that past life regression was a load of bunkum. I really did. I thought that's for mental people. It can't be true. But I did tap into Helen because Helen is a hypnotherapist, so can offer therapy anyway outside of PLR. And I have a few family issues, to say the least. And just wanted to reintegrate myself into Sheffield life without any head turmoil. So I phoned Helen and I asked to do past life regression for a few sessions, 3 or 4. And it turned out to be absolutely fascinating. Helen has got an incredible delivery, is very softly spoken when she does the hypnotherapy stuff. You feel really comfortable, and the chair is super snuggly at the old station in Chapeltown, which is where I go. And Helen has a beautifully soporific voice, so thinking that she wouldn't be able to do it, put me under hypnosis, was a stupid idea because as soon as she started talking, I was out cold. When I say out, I was in deep hypnosis. It takes a little while for you to get there, but we got there, and you're still very aware of what you're thinking and what you're seeing. You're still very much in control of yourself, but you can hear Helen's voice and she helps guide you through things. So I'm under her direction when it happens. And I mean, I could bore you rigid about the things that have happened, but the first one was incredible. I ended up being in really bright white light, which felt incredibly loving. And afterwards, I realised it's a bit similar to the experiences people have on the drug ayahuasca, where they just feel really in a very loving place. Some people see eyes and all sorts, and it's what I needed at the time because I was obviously there with Helen to get some help for my head, and to be in that place was amazing. But then it got more and more lucid the more sessions I did, and I started to see incredibly vivid things and know that I was a different person. And the first one, I think I was a 9-year-old boy, and I'd been expelled from a village because my family had done something to dishonour that village or the locals, and they weren't happy and they kicked us out. And I don't know where my parents were or any siblings, but I was on my own hiding up a cliff face not far from the village in a cave overlooking a pine forest and a beautifully serene lake. And I felt within myself comfortable enough to fend for myself, but obviously a bit scared about being kicked out. And this is really strange. So Helen moved me forward in that life to a 19-year-old version of myself. And I was the same boy, obviously, but fishing in that lake for the village. So I'd actually reintegrated myself and I was bringing fish from that lake into the village for people to eat. So that was kind of cool. I might explain why I absolutely love fish. I'm not really a vegetarian, but I do eat fish and sometimes chicken, but not beef and lamb. So what I'm saying is some of these things can make sense in your current life. Because if you think about it, where does the energy go? When you die and your vessel perishes and deteriorates, where does that energy go? Because energy never dies, it just transmutes or transforms. Does it attach to another vessel? This is my thinking since then. How does this all work? But anyway, I've got an open mind. The second time I went, I think I was a Roman soldier or something, which is really bizarre, and I died in battle. And in that one, I wanted to know how I died. So she moved me on from the younger version to the older version where I was in the battle. I got harmed badly. I fell into the water and I actually died by drowning, not from bleeding to death, but being unable to get up from my wounds and drowning to death. And that was just like, ugh. I've also been a monk in a monastery, serving my community. I had a rope thing, dangly thing on my arm and a wooden bowl of water that I was taken to an altar with a big white linen cloth on. I don't know what I was doing, but I was doing something. I was very happy with myself and quite popular. So that was nice. That helped my head. What else? lots. I've been a 6, 7-year-old girl with one of my guardian angels behind me, standing behind, I think it's the Acropolis in Greece, looking down the landscape and getting all sort of downloads from that guardian to realise how amazing life is, what a beautiful world it is, all those positives that you'd hope if you did have a spiritual guide they'd be saying to you. Just incredible experiences. And I didn't believe in PLR at all. But Helen gets you to a very, very comfortable state where you know what you're saying, you know what you're doing, what you're seeing, what your name is, what gender you are, what you're wearing, what your surrounding environment is like. You don't necessarily know what year it is, but you are in your own story, and it's not stuff you make up. It's really, really vivid. It's absolutely bonkers. But then it's not. So I would really recommend Helen's services. And if you can get to the old station house in Chapeltown, I truly recommend that too, because it's got an incredible energy about it, a really good atmosphere. If it's in the winter, take blankets. But if not, winter, go now if you can. So yeah, Helen's amazing. Go for it. She's an absolute star. And to be honest, I could just chat with Helen anyway without doing the PLR. She's such a comfortable person. So if you're going to choose anybody, choose Helen. Okay, hope that helps. And if you do it, good luck. And let me know what happens.